Hello, and thank you for joining me in my study, where I wrote the book about our adventure travelling from general practice and the city of Glasgow to the wild, remote island of Edie to become the general medical practitioner there. And the paperback version of this book is out this month, which I hope you'll enjoy. I thought I would start today by reading a little bit from the crossing from Thurso to Stromness, and then just a short extract at the beginning of the journey from Kirkwall out to Edie, 15 miles out into the North Sea. So let's move to the day we set sail. Our third morning began gently, with a sense of peace as we sailed out into the Pentland Firth. A feeling that deepened cruising along the west coast of Hoy and seeing the patchwork of fields in green and gold perched on the cliff tops. A group of low croft houses appeared in a small bay, the name of which I didn't yet know, immediately followed by the giant stack of the Old Man of Hoy dominating the shoreline. There was a permanence about the scene unmatched by anything in the city. The shore slid slowly past as the boat corkscrewed across the waves, rising and falling in the westerly swell. The whole experience was being like on a carousel at a fair, going up and down as pictures surround you and events not in your control unfold. Finally, the boat swung easterly into Scapa Flow, and the window on our adventure was opened wide. The low, rolling hills of mainland Orkney were very similar to those of my childhood in the borders of Scotland. The little town of Stromness, though, was like nothing I'd seen before. Stone houses tumbling down the steep hillside to crowd the water's edge, some stepping into the waves like rocks jutting into the sea. Little promontories of green were planted with brightly coloured washing lines and white painted derricks for swinging goods up from rowing boats. The blues and reds of their upturned hulls, drawn up on the shingle beds between the jetties, caught the early morning sun. The windows of the shy homes were small, reluctant to let you see what went on inside. There was a permanence to this scene too, an unchanging resilience, simply stated by being. And it is such a magical crossing the Pentland Firth, and especially once you turn into Scapa Flow and see Orkney unfold before you. And that little town beautifully sitting on the edge of the water, where it has been for hundreds of years, the stone houses blending in with the rocks. Join me again, and we'll read a little more as we travel from Kirkwall out to Edie. It's 5:30 a.m. on Kirkwall Pier on the fourth morning travelling north from Glasgow. My second sea journey is about to begin, and I slowly drive our van into position. The wheels bump over the thick white rope net and come to a halt. Gradually, the operator of the little crane raises the net around the sides of the van, making it look like a small whale, ready to be lifted into the boat. Then, and without any warning, the whole catch swings into the air. There's a cacophony of honking from the back of our van as our geese take fright. They've been remarkably quiet for most of the journey, but this sudden upward movement seems too much for them. The weight of the load in the boot immediately tips the van backwards, and it prepares to slide out of the net. Then it careers forward, swinging and dipping like a nodding dog as it swings over the side of the boat into the hold. My heart is in my mouth when I hear a voice beside me. Aye, they lost a Morris Minor last week just like that. The voice is thick with an Orcadian accent as he continues. You'll be the new doctor for Edie then? That's right. We're heading out today. They nets are tricky things. Still, it made it into the hold, he says, with a twinkle in his eye. Take care, Doctor. He turns and walks away at the very moment a new blue and orange tractor is easily hoisted into the hold, spinning and bouncing over the ship's side before plummeting from sight. A little ripple of amusement goes through the knot of passengers waiting to board. How does he know who I am? In fact, everyone on the pier seems to know who I am, and I've never seen any of them before. And that really is the reality of staying in a small community, particularly an island community, that everybody will know who you are, everybody will be interested in who you are, and will care about how you're doing. They may not always express it, but when the time comes, they will be there and they will help you. We'll have a look at some of the other aspects of island life in later readings. But for now, thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening.